Hi, I'm Craig Ellingson. I'm here at Rogers Place with the Hockey Hall of Fame writer Jim Matheson. And Matty, the Edmonton Oilers are playing out the string this season. They're not going to make the playoffs, and the team's in evaluation mode at this point. Defense is obviously one position that's under the microscope for the Oilers. There's a number of players that haven't played up to their potential this season. One of them is Oscar Klefbom. He had a great year last year. This year he hasn't been the same player. He's been nursing a shoulder injury, and earlier this week he said he's not going to play for Sweden at the World Championship, but he's playing through for the Oilers. What do you make of that?
Well, if he's not going to play in the World Championships, I don't know why they're just not shutting him down. He says he won't need any more, medical attention in terms of repairs on the shoulder this summer in terms of surgery. So, but he hasn't been the same player for a long, since the season started, really, as did last year. So, his game is dropped to the point where he really has to pick it up next year. And I think his name has come up in terms of trade, but that would be another, selling low as Jordan Eberle was last year off the playoff where he got no goals, and then you're trading Eberle in basically a salary dump to get Ryan Strome. They wanted to trade Klefbom. He didn't have a very good year at all, so I don't know what you would get for Oscar Klefbom that you would have got last year. You get a heck of a lot more. So Klefbom is an interesting case. Last year I would have said he's a top pairing defenseman. Now he looks like he's a second pairing defenseman. Darnell Nurse looks like a first pairing defenseman. And if Nurse is a first pairing defenseman, they need an offensive defenseman who plays right side, so Darnell can play the left side. And a 50 to 60 point offensive defenseman who shoots right, so Darnell can play the other side. And you could use Adam Larsson in the second pair with whomever, whether that's Klefbom perhaps, but I would suspect that Klefbom might be one of those players you might use to get another offensive defenseman. So that you mentioned evaluation. I think that is an evaluation point in terms of where you slot your defenseman in. They've got lots of defensemen that are in that second pairing to third pairing mold. Not a whole lot in the first pairing, other than Darnell Nurse now. I don't know if you can play in the National Hockey League unless you have one strong pair that you say that's our go-to pair. And right now they don't have that.
But certainly, Peter Chiarelli and Todd McLellan realize that Klefbom is playing with this ailment. And like you said, you don't want to sell low if you're thinking about trying to change things and trading players away. You're not going to get the value back if you're trading Klefbom based on his performance this season. And plus, he does seem to get hurt a lot over his career.
But he played the whole season last year, but that's one of the few seasons he hasn't been hurt. And he had a shoulder problem after the Oilers drafted him. He was back in Sweden and he needed shoulder surgery. He says it's the same shoulder, but nothing as near as serious as that was. So you're right. What makes Oscar attractive is he's got a contract that pays him $4.1 million for the next 4 or 5 years. So there's some cost certainty there for a team trading for him. This is what he makes, and you don't have to worry about him playing 2 years and then getting $6 million. So that makes him attractive. But you're right. The season last year he looked like an offensive defenseman who might get you 40 points. This year he's got 3 goals. So there's not much offense there, and part of that is he couldn't shoot early in the season because his shoulder was sore. So there's so many question marks in the Oilers, as there should be when the team is in the bottom 5 in the league. A lot more question marks than exclamation points. Let's put it that way. And these are all situations for the general manager this summer to look at and say, this guy's a keeper, this guy's a keeper, this guy's a keeper. I'm not sure about this guy, I'm not sure about this guy, I'm not sure about this guy. So I guess that's the evaluation point, certainly for Peter Chiarelli.